last and the lonely. We must serve the Lord not just with mere words, but through the gospel of action, especially for those, I ask, who are afflicted with mental illness and disability, and for their families who seek to find an end to that painful suffering for their sons and daughters, and brothers and sisters, and mothers and fathers. And for those who have given up, and for those who cling to that last thread of hope. Lord, help us to understand, while we are surrounded by others who have been blessed with many great celebrated achievements, it is specifically those who feel they have no achievements, or so close to giving up, that we must reach out our hands to elevate the place of hope and faith. But when we answer this call, you know how we feel as members of Congress? Our mere hands are so small, and our minds are so empty, and the tasks before us are so great. In this great hall, the House of Representatives and the Capitol, you know, we can do a great deal, but ultimately, we must understand the humbling limits of our mortal actions. We have to understand we cannot legislate character. We cannot mandate conscience. We cannot litigate compassion. Our debates and our discussions are only meaningful when they are guided by faith and understanding the laws that you, Lord, gave us. Otherwise, we're but a ship without a sail or a mariner without a compass. Here too often we confuse passion with empathy. We confuse self-righteousness with being right. We confuse opinions with wisdom, knowledge with insight, blame with responsibility. We have to ask, Lord, please open our eyes. What we cannot do is succumb to the temptation to slide comfortably back into our corners. We actually have to run towards the sound of the cries of help. We must march towards the call of that distant bugle, which tells us the location of that battle. God calls upon us not to do that which is easy, but to purposely choose that which is difficult and seems impossible. We ask for the Lord's guidance to be clear-eyed and singular in purpose, and knowing that this time, this precious moment of time, is where we must take our stand, and to know that it's God's will we must serve. We must find ways to build relations between us, quite frankly, even when we differ. We must acknowledge that doubt, ignorance, and self-assuredness makes us blind. But we pray through hope, sight, through humility, strength, through prayer, courage, through faith, wisdom, and through grace, joy. Lord, call upon us not to seek comfort on a well-worn path where the maps are known and the beacon is clear, but to demand we seek the answers to the questions that are still puzzling us. Call upon us to find new roads in a light that is often so dim that we cannot see. But we know we will be strengthened by you, Lord, towards new solutions, towards that unknown horizon, and towards that new tomorrow. We are challenged by issues that seem to tower above us like mountains or valleys are huge obstacles. We must face them, not run from them. God, we pray that your guidance, your beacon, your love shows us the way. When we turn ourselves over to you, we have no reason to fear. For as we grow in your love, those obstacles shrink, our strength grows, you build our resilience to be invincible armor. Jesus, keep us focused on what is important on the path you have set before us, to do what is right and decent and honorable. What is distractions and deceit and despair may occasionally detours from this road. We know that only in following you will we find that path. So, while others might tempt us to pull us from that difficult and challenging road, let us always remain committed to what you have commanded us to do, and remind us to make this singular choice every day in all we do. And when we make this choice, we will be filled with joy and rejoicing and that joyful sound. When we make that choice, and when we say, as for me and my house, we will serve the Lord.